Hey, welcome to another edition of My Drive on Castle and Prescott Podcast Network. Happy New Year, January 23.
Happy New Year. It's here.
We're here. Before we start, we're going to start off the podcast with a rant. I don't know if you guys know this, but there is a chip shortage. I'm not talking electronic chip that goes in your Tesla or your radio or your computer.
What could be worse than that?
I'm talking about the chips you try to dip in the salsa at Chipotle. Has anybody else ran into this problem?
I have. What's going on?
I went off the other day.
What happened?
So before I went to the gym, we went to get something quick to eat, and I ordered my normal chicken rice bowl, brown rice, black beans, cheese, guacamole, lettuce, and I'll have those bag of chips that are on the counter behind the register. They're right there.
They keep them right behind them.
She goes, you can't have those.
What?
I'm like, why? Well, there's a chip shortage. I go, there's apparently not, because there's a bag of chips right there.
No.
And at first I said, well, I thought there's a chip shortage, but I didn't know there was a chip shortage, right? She goes, well, you have to order those chips online. This is inside Chipotle. I'm inside in front of the register. I have my card in hand and ready to pay. And I can't have the bag of chips that's 5 feet away. I have to get on my phone to order them.
So you could stop what you're doing and put in the order on your phone, and they would give you the chips.
Right. So I have to order.
Do not understand.
I have to order in person the food I'm buying there, but to get the chips, I have to go on my app to buy the tortilla chips that are in the bag that are 5 feet away.
Do you know how to use? Do you have the Chipotle app? How do you even get that?
Is
there
do
such
not
a thing?
have the app.
Oh, good grief!
And so we went round and round about this.
Ridiculous.
And of course, my wife and stepdaughter were there, and
Poor Christina.
they were watching me melt down with my logic.
But logically,
My
I see the
logic
chips.
argument.
See, my kids are always like, Mom, you got to be nice. You have to be nice all the time. And I try to be nice, but sometimes there are things that just are so stupid that you end up going.
And they literally said there's a chip shortage, a tortilla chip shortage at Chipotle nationwide. So this goes into other things that we were talking about earlier. The soapbox rant morning edition here on My Drive. There was something else.
Oh, my husband went to Carl's Jr. the other day. This is why you need to go to Mom and Pop's, I'm telling you. But Carl's Jr., they handed him a breakfast sandwich. And when he paid for it with his card, they said, well, you could put a tip on there and kind of push the receipt back at him. At Carl's Jr., you're now expected to tip at Carl. Am I the only one that thinks this is ridiculous that you want to tip at Carl's Jr.?
Change. So what does that mean? That means
I'm going to the automated system now because I don't have to tip the little robot guy, right?
I think they're just trying to push us into using apps, which is great.
I love it. I love
But
the apps.
don't tell me you're out of chips if there's chips 5 feet away in a bag that are ready to go.
This goes deeper. Is it a Chipotle chip shortage or is it tortilla chips? I mean, Super Bowl's
Does
coming
anybody
up.
know? Let us know. Is there really a tortilla chip shortage on top of a electronic chip shortage? This is a chip shortage overall. The world's coming to an end.
I have insider info.
What do you know?
No tacos.
I worked at Chipotle for a while.
Okay.
And they fry their own chips from tortillas in the place. So I don't know what they're short on. Maybe it's labor, but they cook their chips twice a day, every day in
we have
store.
inside information from the research guy.
Okay, so research guy,
We're
riddle
being
me
lied
this.
to.
I'm a
It's a
Chipotle
chip
sleeper.
conspiracy. Okay.
Is it, well, I've got just one more.
Go for it,
We've got
yeah.
the Chipotle Insider.
Now this is 8, 9 years old at this point.
But okay, so the rumor has it if I order online, I get less food than if I'm standing right in front of the counter. True or false?
I don't know. I've seen that. I've seen that online that one friend
They'll
goes
weigh it,
in,
yeah.
the other friend, and they weigh it and it's totally different. So a couple years ago they did split
on,
the
Chipotle.
counters, that was long after I was gone. But
Come
yeah.
on, Chipotle. And a guy
Chipotle's
robbed
struggling.
Chipotle the other day and walked up and took a to-go order and ran out of the store. And I guess he's done it like 10 times.
In town?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
they leave your food sitting on the shelf.
So
Anyone can walk
I
in
walk
and
in all the
grab
time
it.
and go,
The chips are being stolen?
That's
yeah,
it.
maybe that's it.
The chips all got
So let's
stolen.
move on
Gotta
to
get
some
to the bottom
good
of
news.
Okay.
Something else is, I believe we will all be dead by the time we're required to have a federally compliant travel ID because the travel ID deadline has been extended to 2025 again. So again, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security has again extended, I like that, delayed the deadline for the domestic airline travelers to have a federally compliant form of ID. The new deadline date is May 7th, 2025. That should give me plenty of time to procrastinate more before I have to go rush and get my passport
and then be
all
mad.
that.
Then be mad. Like we had a trip planned on October of 2025 and dang, I don't have my travel.
I think it started in like 2019. They were going to do it, and then COVID hit.
Look, research guys,
I'll stop
he's
interrupting.
checking.
But ready for this headline?
Here we go.
On March 4th, 2011, Janet Napolitano extended this deadline. So we've been doing this for 12 to 13 years.
It goes back to 2011.
Before that,
maybe 5 years.
Wow.
No, we are in 2009, 2010 when this
So that's
started
14
happening.
years of delays because
Nice.
people like me keep not doing it.
I'll be too old
There's too
to-
many people that
I'll be too
haven't
old.
done it. They don't want to jam up their offices or whatever.
This is why I will
Interesting.
continue
So
to
I think it's actually
procrastinate.
good news.
I'm going
This is
to
one piece of paperwork I don't have to do while I wait for my chips.
That's nice.
What else we got going on?
I love it. I'm just gonna continue procrastinating because haha, joke's on you. I didn't ever have to do it probably. City of Prescott, those Christmas trees. If you're still doing real Christmas trees, what do you do with them?
Great program to recycle your Christmas trees.
Do your goats eat Christmas trees?
They do. They love
mine
pinyon.
do
We have
too.
pinyon pine. In fact, all of our canopy is raised up 4 to 6 feet by the goats. You could bring your trees to Thunder Mountain Rescue Ranch, but then I'd have to deal with, the post-goat bodies of
belly aches.
trees.
Yeah. This week, let's see, it's January 9th. So starting next week, put them out on your curb if you live in Prescott and they will take your tree away.
Nice. That's a great program. That's right up there with the hazardous waste program that they do every year, which I strangely like because I don't know what to do with paint cans. So with the Christmas tree collections off, we got the travel ID out. Mayor Phil Good of Prescott, since we're in Prescott, has got info on the New Year. So go to signalsaz.com for all the good news from Mayor Good and the 0.75% sales tax to pay down the city's unfunded pension liability for the public safety personnel ended December 31st. So in a world of inflation, sometimes things go down, Alicia. So that's good news.
Sometimes.
And that's responsible budgeting by the city of Prescott. I know that was, I believe, started by Mayor Mangarelli. So
Good job.
kudos to that council and mayor for what they did for a better future. And if you want to get into something really interesting, did you want to talk about it? Do I want to talk about it on the SRP Research's cloud seeding?
This sounds like something right up your alley. I think you would
it's
enjoy
very
this.
cool. So Arizona has been working into a myriad of solutions to stem its worsening drought, including cloud seeding. The Salt River Project, which delivers water and electricity to central Arizona, has formed a partnership with the White Mountain Apache tribe to research the feasibility of ground-based cloud seeding in the White Mountains, which basically means helping to make it rain. There's some jokes in there, but I can't say them. So anyways,
Tell me
that's
later.
interesting. So I know they've been experimenting with cloud seeding for a long time. And I don't know actually if it works. It's something about a plane drops some particulate in the air that's not hard on the environment and it produces clouds and then the clouds produce rain. I don't know much more about it
Works
besides
for me.
that. Sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, I hear they're able to make their own weather now, so we should just be living in 70-degree temps all the time, right?
I
So
guess.
I'm
Now, if we could just make our own chips, I'll be happy.
Those chips are organic. The weather won't be.
Right?
This is not organic
So what's
weather
going to happen
anymore.
is the SRP will be cloud seeding and then chips come out of the sky. It's like manna from heaven.
cloudy with the chance of
Nice.
meatballs.
Cloudy
Love
with the
it.
chance of tortilla chips.
Love it. So
Sorry.
it has been a long week, a long couple weeks with Christmas
Without
and all of
chips.
that, but there's still events going on. So if I'm done partying for a while, I'm just gonna chill for probably another 3 weeks because it still feels like December to me. But Raptor 11 this Friday, they've got live music and happy hours, so that's still continuing. They've got a great patio. It's got great heaters out there.
They don't have tortilla chips, but they have artesian bread. Maybe they do artesian tortilla chips. She'd be
Talk
onto
to
something
Dawn.
there.
She'll corner the market right now. She can
She
get that
would.
going.
And you don't have to use your app at Raptor 11. You can just grab that glass of wine and that artesian bread right from the friendly staff.
You'll never think
sit
about
down on the
tortilla chips
patio
again.
or indoors and enjoy your meal without having to use technology to consume something.
Yep. Are you artistic?
In my own special way.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, this might be for you because Silver Kite community art classes are doing abstract pastels. So join them. They're working with abstract pastels, and it's an opportunity to engage with the sensorial experience that pastels provide, as well as the freedom available. I need the freedom because if my eyes are bad, you know this. And
they're not bad. They're
done. They're gone. So I'm coloring with my granddaughter the other day, and she tells me, she goes, "Nanny, you're not going in the lines." I'm like, "I'm not." So abstract, I think, would be for me. So I might be checking this class out. So the abstract art class is coming up, and it is this Saturday, 11:30 to 12:30 at the PV Public Library.
Speaking of Prescott Valley, the AMA Arena Cross at the Findlay Toyota Center. The FTC, or Findlay Toyota Center, is hosting the pro racing with the AMA, which is, I believe, American Motocross Association.
All right.
AMA Arena Cross, January 13th, as well as the AMA Amateur Arena Cross Championships, January 14th and 15th. So Friday, January 13th, 7:30 p.m., Findlay Toyota Center. Just go to signalsaz.com and search Findlay Toyota Center or Arena Cross for more information. Those are awesome events.
They do a good job. I've been to a couple of those over there. Black and White Dance at the Moose Lodge in Prescott Valley. It's $10 this Saturday at 6:30. Solos and couples are encouraged to come out and dance.
You can go by yourself to dance.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the Billy Idol song, "Dancing with Myself." Okay. So all you solo dancers out there, go to the Black and White Dance.
It will be a
At the
sensorial
Moose
experience.
Lodge.
That is nice. Yeah. $10.
Cool.
$10 to dance.
What else we got going on? What about deals? We got some deals for people for first of the year?
We got to buy one, get one. The kids are still out of school, which I don't get. It's like they should be back by now. It feels like they've been out forever.
Speaking of savings, I'm saving a lot of money on tortilla chips today.
Gosh.
Hey, this is not going to end for me.
It's
It's going to be a rant through this whole my drive about tortilla chips
Christina,
and Chipotle.
Your wife is going to
Dear
need
Chipotle
counseling to
CEO,
deal with
who's the
this.
CEO of Chipotle?
Who is the CEO?
Research
Get him
guy?
on the
Would
phone.
you look up that up
I'm
for me?
waiting on. I'm waiting on them
This is
to
a
call
call
us.
to Chipotle CEO. I want to get to the bottom of the tortilla chip shortage.
I'm there with you.
My drive will solve this today.
I need to know: is it affecting everyone, or is it just
This
Chipotle?
is a cataclysmic event in Sonoran cuisine. I don't even know what's Sonoran. I'm just throwing that out there.
Gary at
Gary El
Norte is
Charo
gonna-
would
yeah,
know. Now
gonna catch it.
he's got tortilla chips. Why does Gary at El Charo have tortilla chips, but Chipotle does not? That's because Gary's a professional.
He's got it. Mom and pop.
And you don't have to use an app to buy chips at
Gary.
El Charo Norte.
So when I was there, it was a guy named Steve Ells, but I think that changed. Brian Nickel. So you need to talk to.
Dear Mr.
I'm
Nickel.
going to pull
Is
up
that
his LinkedIn.
CH or CK?
Niccol.
Oh,
Brian Nickel, CEO of Chipotle. This is a call out to Brian. Hey, Bri, this is Guy. Tortilla chips.
tortilla chips.
What are we going to do about
Make
them?
it happen.
Why am I having to use my app when I've got a bag of tortilla chips 5 feet in front
Did
of
you
me?
ever get your chips that day?
I did not.
Did you get guacamole?
I did. So I was
That's a
dipping my
conundrum.
tacos in the guacamole, pretending they were chicken-filled chips.
I figured out the problem. Pulled up this guy's resume. He was the CEO of Taco Bell before he immediately went in to be the CEO of Chipotle.
That is not a great transition.
That's insider trading if you're
Right.
talking about the
I think
state
he's
of tortilla chips.
Maybe he's trying to bring down Chipotle. It's an insider.
Of course
job.
we are. We're just, this is all tongue-in-cheek.
We are.
But we love our tortilla chips. So we do want to get to the
100%.
bottom of the tortilla chip fiasco at Chipotle. Where can people chime in on this? I guess they can make a comment because this is going to be in an article. This podcast will be embedded in an article, right? And you can leave a comment if you know the bottom of this article, where the heck What the heck is going on?
If you were just tuning in to find out that you could get a coupon to end the game for buy one, get one free, and that's all you wanted to know, we apologize. But the world needed to know that there was a chip shortage.
There's a
at
chip
Chipotle.
shortage, folks. And, you can't even get them in your car. Now you can't get them
Nope.
on your to-go tray.
I think we
At
were
a fast
okay with the
food
cars.
restaurant.
I think we were going to wait that out. We were going to be okay with seeing how that went,
I'm not okay.
but not with the chips, not with the
Right.
tortillas.
Looks like I'm having artesian bread and wine this week.
I need to get Greg Struvey in here. He's my personal
Power of the
weekly
mind.
counselor.
Power of the tortilla chip.
He will get you through it.
I
He'll
think
be
we
able to
should
walk you
do
through.
everything related to tortilla chip. That we should work the words tortilla chip into everything we do until Chipotle
Get it together,
fixes
Chipotle.
the problem.
So, well, this week on Power of the Mind, my New Year's resolution was to give up tortilla chips. So this actually worked out well for me. So the new year brings a clean slate, but quitting anything cold turkey can be difficult and problematic. Do we want to improve ourselves, or are we getting caught in the shoulds?
So an exciting, since you're talking about podcasts on the Cast 11 Podcast Network,
Yeah.
some exciting news. Since some things like tortilla chips are being pulled back, we're producing new things at Talking Glass Media. Oh, and we have a fumble with the tumbler. I bought you a tumbler with
With a lid.
with a lid just for that. You forgot to close the lid.
My bad.
Anyways, we're launching a new podcast website in January, maybe February for Cast 11. So be looking for that. And I promise you, at our launch party, we're going to have chips and salsa.
Can we get one of those fountains like with chocolate, but instead of chocolate, like nacho cheese that just rained down?
Raining chocolate for your
Nacho
chips.
cheese.
So
Love it.
tortilla chips and liquid chocolate.
You know who could get to the bottom of this? Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And Mike and Ben are waiting for him to call in. So maybe we can tell.
Maybe
if
should
anybody
call
can
on
solve,
The Rock to
he can
call
solve this.
Mr. Nickel about tortilla chips.
And the mountain gardener, Ken Lane and Lisa.
Ken Lane, maybe he can grow them.
Grow some corn.
He can grow corn. If we can get Ken to work with Mortimer Farms,
Yes.
grow the corn. Maybe then we have Barry Barb make the tortilla
Yes.
chips.
I see where this is
And
going.
so then the whole Prescott Valley region becomes the supplier of tortilla chips for Chipotle nationwide. And we've solved the
We've solved the
problem
world's
through
problems.
our culinary and grow experts. It's genius.
Genius. So Ken and Lisa, let's get on that. But until then, they're going to just talk about proper pruning for your landscape plants.
Okay. Well,
Next week, it'll be growing corn to make chips, I'm assuming.
y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Ken, we need you to start growing corn with Mortimer Farms, and Barry Barb get together with Skylar Reeves to make the corn tortilla chips. And then let's help out Mr. Nickel and Chipotle.
Your prodigal son, Torrance.
Torrance, TD Dunham, talking Central Arizona sports. I don't know if people don't know this. Not a lot of people, but we do cover local sports, and TD is the man. In this special episode, Talking Arizona Sports, Torrance puts a spotlight on the region's own semi-professional soccer team, OJBFC. And I know what it means because it's in Spanish, but I forgot. It's about Oh Great Game. I think it's called Ojogo something. I forget.
Ojogo Bonito.
Ojogo Bonito. See, I was
The
pretty
beautiful game. You
right,
were
the
you were
beautiful
pretty
game.
close.
I was right.
Bonito.
This is an amazing effort. You guys got to check it out because we basically are going to have our own semi-professional league, if you will, up here. And a couple that has moved up here is building a multi-million-dollar soccer stadium
Really?
for this in Chino Valley.
Nice.
And they're funding the whole thing. And it benefits the kids, it benefits the players, it benefits the sport.
It's awesome.
Largest, I think, spectator sport in the world, I think, is,
Well,
as they say, football,
world.
soccer.
I mean,
So it is, be looking for that. And of course, you can go to anywhere where you listen to your podcasts and hear local sports, whether it's on Apple Podcasts or Google, check out TD and Talking Central Arizona Sports. And I don't think you might be able to listen to the podcast and eat tortilla chips if you got them at the store.
I have
You
corn
can't go through the
tortillas.
drive-thru.
I'm making
you can't
them.
go to Chipotle.
Well, your Cardinals did it again. They lost.
They lost.
They went into Atlanta and got the big L. But they have a chance to redeem themselves against the 49ers. They've got a new quarterback. Garoppolo's out. The beautiful Garoppolo, he's out. But this kid Purdy has just jumped in, and he's doing a pretty good job.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah, he's doing well. I didn't make it up.
That was such a I was going to say mom joke, but really you're a grandmother now, so sorry.
Yeah, so Cardinals are going into San Francisco taking on those 49ers. And 49ers, I think, are still playoff eligible. Cardinals, they are not, but we still get to be in the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl is here in Arizona. So Cardinals, this was the year they were going to get to go to the Super Bowl and be in their home stadium, but that didn't work out for them. So
Very interesting week in football, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So that's all I got. I'm sorry for the chip on my shoulder, but I don't want to buy a bag of chips in front of me with an app if I can get it right there and just use the card I'm using to pay for my meal.
Just be better, people. Be better.
Maybe the CEO can help us out and rectify this problem. Maybe he'll be the next caller on waiting on a phone call. Mike Nickel? Brad Nickel? Brian Nickel? I don't know, whatever his name is.
I think it was Brian.
Brian Nickel, CEO of Chipotle. Please call in. We would like to talk to you about your tortilla conundrum.
We out.
Thanks. We out. Thanks for listening to another edition of My Drive on the Castle Podcast Network.
I'm hungry.
Prescott, watch out for those roundabouts. And if you find chips, let me know.
See ya.